familiar too, yeah.
I remember it very vividly.
I just remember the Batrider. That's what I remember vividly. I don't remember which game was last. Like, was that the last game?
Yeah.
One of them
Maybe the
may have been
Batrider was the second to last game.
One of them may have been against Secret. One of them may have been against Liquid. So
mine was against Liquid, I think. I'm gonna check up on that. I'm gonna fact check myself after this.
Yeah.
We got a tiny...
There's a history with the GPK mid morph. That's all I'm saying.
I gotcha. So if he's going mid, we expect him Midas.
Probably not gonna happen, but in case he does.
I mean, Tiny is also a better hero against Morphling. Like, you always get some random kills on the Morphling when you have Tiny on your game. I like it.
Yeah, I played, there's some scrim I was playing, and it was against Beast Coast. I picked Morphling. And they put, like, they had Tiny and Zeus in the game.
Oh,
and I was just, like, feeding everywhere. You know, like, Tiny would just find me solo, stun me, combo Zeus. I was just, you know, I was probably 0-20 that game. One of the worst experiences. But Tiny is good at picking off Morph randomly. It's not as prevalent as much anymore. But now we're going to see...
Just isn't that prevalent?
Yeah, he's not. And Morphs generally have a lot more HP now. They don't like to sit on 200 HP. They've learned their lesson.
What I like about this Broodmother pick is that, so if you're going to leave Morphling in the safe lane, he's likely going to get bullied out eventually. He's not going to be able to occupy this lane, which means there's momentum for Azure in the top lane. And as a carry, I feel really pressured if I'm losing my tower for free and the other carries just kind of chilling and free farming back and forth through the jungle and lane. So the Brood kind of like reciprocates that pressure and says, okay, Morphling, like it's totally fine if you just accept what happens to you top. I'll do the same thing to Bloodseeker bottom.
Okay, you seem confident that this is an offlane Broodmother. Of all the offlane heroes...
It could be safe lane Brood.
Yeah, because we talked about GPK mid-morph.
It could be.
I feel like giving Rezo Broodmother may be pretty intense.
Yeah, Moose said Broodmother's micro right now is pretty brain dead.
But I feel like the new map and like knowing where your webs...
Yeah, I'm actually...
You're actually onto something here.
I actually think you might be right. You know, like you have no practice and you want to play Brood. No way, man. It just feels like it's gonna be really hard.
You're right. They're gonna last pick.
I believe in Rezo. He's gonna play the Brood off lane.
I mean, that's definitely the most traditional role, but like, you know, we've seen a lot of safe lane Brood be very successful. The only thing we haven't seen is mid lane morph.
Well, I doubt they're doing mid lane morph just purely based on those two bans. Yeah, like I think you'd be happy to give them those two heroes.
That's true. Azure pick up the puck, which definitely is going to make life even harder for a Broodmother. But Rezo's chilling. Look at him. He's lounging.
Yeah, he's going to play some chill Broodmother.
I don't think it's chill.
Maybe he's just watching a replay real quick, you know?
10 seconds.
Sure, it's fine.
What's the hero against Puck? The bans are pretty good.
Okay.
Tiny's already taken.
I mean, okay, he plays TA a lot, but do you want to play TA in this?
I'd be down for TA. I'd actually be super down for that.
Yeah, I think TA, I don't think they can punish it this game.
Wouldn't it be greedy? Okay.
I dig it.
I'm with you, Winter. This seems hella greedy.
So greedy, TA, Brood, Mob.
It's only greedy if, like, the TA needs to do something in this.
Doesn't she?
Nope. I don't think so.
Who's standing in the front of fights?
I think it has to be the morph. You're gonna clockwork morph. I think this is a game where you can definitely play more sacrificial on your cores and be like, GPK is going to carry me this game. He is the carry. You can morph is morph, you know.
Wait, what does a sacrificial morph look like?
You just go in
on the net worth.
You just get up there. It's normally you don't want to get initiated on in your shift. You just get into the fights, the clockwork, start shifting early.
Okay.
Be a punching bag. GPK will come in later with all the net worth, and
he'll be
networking a little bit
in case they don't make it to TI after this game.
Winter, your skepticism. 3 greedy core. Well, you call these expensive heroes typically.
Yeah, very, very expensive heroes. I feel like it can work if the clock does like overtime job, you know. If he can go to 2 lanes, secure both lanes, sure, you know, they get a very good start. The clock gets a couple of kills on the partner. He's very high level. He steals the wisdom rune, sure, you know.
But that is only going to work early game, because I feel like late game his responsibility is I need to cancel Black Hole, because no one else on his team does it.
Yeah, but like what they said, you know, the Morphling can actually do a lot of things in the game. He's not as greedy as you might think he is. He's going to be able to defend the towers, you know, come to the early fights, make something happen, and the T is going to be able to farm.
The one counter to like Black Hole and Dooms is like just have 3 cores. You can't Doom them all or Black Hole them all.
TA also secures an early road. Think about that. So tempo of the game with the Aegis. You also have techies who can buy a basher similar to Bottle. But Now, the one thing I like about TA here is that, like, the way Game and Gladiators approached Morph when it got countered like this, like, the whole point of the Enigma is to make the Morphling have a tough time solo carrying and also make it so his laning stage he's just automatically getting free denies. They just picked, like, Huskar Pudge on Game, and, like, they just said,
No, you can't
You're not
get
the
away
carry
with
on
that.
Morph.
These guys, they're playing for their TI life right now, Brian.
he's gonna have a Midas on TA.
No, please, don't do Midas on TA. But if he wins, then maybe it's worth it. Let's get into game number 3 with ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Tsunami. Yes, the deciding game now here, game 3 between Azure and Betboom. Fogged, what do you make of this? Do you like this selection of the 3 cores that Betboom's ended up going with, this Morph TA Brood combo, or do you kind of prefer the action that Azure is going to be able to bring across the board with their lineup?
It's a bit greedy, but it is a similar strategy of what Betboom does like to do about lane dominance, right? They have the TA versus the Puck, as we've seen so many times. Yes, Puck does decent for the first couple levels and stuff like that, but TA can just go to jungle, farm. Also, you hit level 5 and you can actually do so much to make the Puck move around from the lane. So, yeah, I think Betboom does have these good lanes, but I do think that, as you're right, they have really good ways to team fight early. And I'm happy to see that, because that last game kind of left a sour taste in my mouth for Azure, where they were just farming for 30 minutes, and it must have felt pretty bad to play for themselves. I think they wanted something that's a little more active, and let's say we do get that. But yeah, I think lanes, Betboom, they definitely have really, really strong ones.
We're going to try and run down FY. So with the battery assault,
Pretty tanky.
yeah, they don't want to start tanking the tier 1 tower, so they'll look back from that.
And Dominus actually just swoops in and grabs the bounty under them.
Yeah, they'll get the 3 of the 4 bounties, Azure, right?
Alrighty, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how these lanes are going to go down. Bottom lane, I think that's going to be, honestly, bottom lane is probably the one to watch for Betboom to get potential kills, because it's a very aggressive lane with the Broodmother techies. But then top lane also, on the side of Azure, once those levels start coming out, the tossbacks, there's a lane that we used to see, honestly, like every single game. I literally think that we saw this for so much throughout like the last year. Cool to see that they're still going to try it. Nightfall, he's dead.
Oh.
Not giving respect to the tree.
Not at all there. He was pretty high on the agi, and of course, early levels, you're not going to be able to shift that fast at all.
He just got auto-attacked.
Just dies.
Oh, and he literally got hit 3 times from a tree, and then a tree got thrown at him and he died. Wasn't even a blood grenade or anything.
Well, he won't be doing that again, I'd imagine. I imagine he's going to be very much on full alert of the damage that FY could do with a tree.
A GPK does in mid. I think he's going to be looking to bully Somnus as much as possible.
Bottom. Chasing down Rezo, they've got him.
The kill.
They get him low, they're able to run him down.
All right, there's going to be lots of kills in this laning phase for sure. Nightfall definitely, the first few levels for a Morphling, got to be very careful. As we've seen, they said it on the panel, this is Azure's answer to the Morphling. I mean, Nightfall,
He's got to be careful.
he just keeps shifting
He's got to
down.
be careful up there.
You know what's actually scary about this? As a Morph versus these two, they can keep putting harassment onto you, and you're 2 hits and you're going to be low HP for Thirst. So Lou is actually going to thrive off of them putting any pressure onto this Morphling. So maybe bottom lane actually can't put as much pressure as I would have expected, because their techies usually with save is able to do that, but constantly playing on Thirst, it's going to be problematic for them.
Top lane.
Not even Tokyo, another blood grenade.
I think, stick charges.
Attack.
He's going down. He's going down. Another one here for Azure.
Big one to look at for them to get kills. Honestly, actually, maybe disregard. Maybe I didn't expect like how strong these two would have been. Top I expected to be strong for them, but my God, how much pressure they're putting onto Nightfall already. Kind of cause issues in that other lane. Force 2 for bottom for low, where he's just constantly full HP, and Rezo's got to be careful trading versus this Bloodseeker. Thirst stacks, they will be there at all times in this lane phase. GPK though, 14-7 already to the 11-1, even earlier than I would have expected for his dominance. I've seen these pucks come out even in the first 3 levels, but GK is saying no.
So the challenge for Betboom will be that with their kind of core heroes that they're playing with, you're not really going to see the cores interact with one another very early on, right?
No,
If one of the
greedy.
side lanes needs help, it's only going to be the movements of the... They're going to be joining up early.
No, their team fight is pretty reliant on the support game too for Betboom. So if supporters do start to struggle a bit here in the early game, in the mid game, let's a bit here. 7 already, and it's their approach. I mean, they love to pick this Enigma versus the Morphling. We're absolutely seeing why. No, he's not even just the Morphling. It's FY's Tiny. be able to get himself a Lotus, the dream for a Tiny, really. Lotus, you're always pretty low mana inside laning phase.
Bottom Somnus was moving up and down, getting the water ins, but he's just missing out so much CS here.
Aye, this is insane.
A 22 and 10 against the 14 and 1. GPK is going to be strong.
He'll be the difference maker, it does seem like. Bottom is starting to recover a little bit too for Rezo. The Nightfall's game is going to be very, very slow.
Bottom save. He's in trouble. They'll chase him down.
He might get a kill return.
To try and turn and jump in, and indeed will manage to set up for a kill in return. So not before Low is able to pick up another with the help of Tianming.
Not a bad trade there this time around for Betboom. Nightfall catching up as well a little bit. But yeah, every time he shifts down low, you see this Bloodseeker goes up to like 500 movement speed. Just having to play around that low HP to get the tangos to the vision. Chalice is going to be very, very farmed this game, and they do at the least when I'm looking at like later realms, they will have at least a cancel for the BKB Black Hole. They will always have that hook shot in particular, but Chalice having a really, really good game could cause some big issues. Could just become that aura monster actually this game, and it does look pretty good. Their team fight's going to be stronger overall on Azure. Okay, mid. Trying to set up onto a kill him. He's going to tip for the blood grenade.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. Refractions back up.
Another blood grenade. I mean, he really wants him. GPK.
He's turning back in.
Is he going to get killed here?
He's got the one charges. He's going to get it. I mean, if he hadn't already used a tip, he'd be using one now.
Damn right. That's two blood. It's not even just it's two blood grenades too. That costs a bit. GPK confident. Level 6 now on this TA. Low is zooming though. 500 movement speed with these heroes low. Rezo able to trade back. Nice play from G. Both teams, actually mostly just Betboom, they're setting around mid right now. Power Rune prepared for it. Somnus, he already has the preemptive sentry to protect himself versus the traps. He's more than a full level behind GPK already.
See if the power in is going to be top or bottom. It is going to be bottom. So GPK, easy bottle for him.
Even potential to kill something like the puck with something, okay. If Somnus isn't careful. Much better start though. That's gonna be a Vessel Rush. Okay, Chalice. Just wants to go for that Morphling answer in particular, just for himself completely rather than going for any type of auras. It's gonna be early.
Save. Been wandering between that mid lane and bottom lane, seeing if there's any chance for him to jump in and set anything up. Bottom lane's kind of tough with how good of a start Low's had.
Yeah, always tough because people are just low, so it's just like he's zooming around, just that movement speed versus a techies when there's no setup.
See here.
Walker's Tiny.
And FY's going to have backup at Tianming. They've got the Avalanche. FY's able to secure the Wisdom Rune.
A Chalice is here too.
Puts a stop to the TP with the Malefice.
He'll claim that Urn Charge. Picks up the Vitality booster. He gets a last hit. Get himself set up for that Vessel very, very early on. A 2k lead already for Azure. Mid, he's only about 300 behind GPK, all things considered too. Full level advantage for this Templar Assassin who... Actually, they don't have any stacks. I thought Save had been getting some stacks set up for him. They're actually try-ganking him in the mid lane.
I mean, they just dropped the Dream Coil moving. FY's got the toss back.
Nice
GPK
play.
caught under the tower. The silence to follow up. There's nothing to be done. GPK's gone.
Beautiful. FY Tiny. 2-0-2 in this early game. Great movements.
Dream Coil's up. They can always set up for that. So that mid lane is no longer really a safe place to be for a core on their own.
Might be time to just get those stacks going for the TA just in case of anything. Can still show up to mid, but wants to get enabled from these stacks. Gonna get scouted. Tianming does see that there's a triple stack in the hard camp. Somnus is gonna be able to claim it in Vizrun. Rezo trying to take advantage of the movement. I think Bloodseeker actually left bottom. He's got spiders up. A little bit of damage on bottom. Yes, I mean, he's gonna get set up on himself though, going on the high ground, but they see him.
Somnus, he's going to be around top of that extra bit of damage. Save. He's watching from the side. He will jump in.
Phase shift.
The phase shift is there. Rezo trying to heal up with the lifesteal. In fact,
He's still alive.
it's kind of some extra time. Finally, he'll fall, though.
Okay.
As Azure get the kill.
Took him a bit of time, but they do eventually get it. Survived. He actually made even. He still had the healing Lotus. I don't know if it would have saved him, but probably not. Azure making some very, very nice rotations here. Coil's back up. Somnus look to go for another play. He's gonna pick up the bounty run and keep himself topped off. And Chalice, he's got Vessel. He's taking top tower.
That's Enigma's super farmed. I mean, nobody really wants to come up here. They're just, you know, high chance of getting Black Hole.
He's gonna be a problem, and as we said from the early game too in particular, the movements early on, it's all up to the supports of Betboom. These three cores, they don't want to leave their lane. They all want to just farm until they feel like they're going to be able to join versus a team fight. So it's a difficult recovery period for Betboom in the mid game, unless these supports start getting some kills, getting some levels going for themselves. Save is still at the least level 5. Toronto Tokyo only 4 at this moment. Sports on the side of Azure, almost level 6 Tiny, almost level 6 Bugna. A much better game across the board.
Dyer's top tower just went brick belly up.
Drops an early one. Broodmother hasn't taken bottom tower yet.
I mean, where does Chalice move to next?
I think he can just continue occupying top and then just swing toward mid when he sees an opportunity. He has Vessel, so he can even kill Nightfall. If Nightfall's not careful, FY is going to be stalking him. So he could just like swing, play around top into that mid lane constantly. They're even just still keeping that bottom tower up. I mean, this very good signs for Azure. Coming out of the lanes ahead with a big team fight advantage as their lineup. Betboom's gonna need some time to be able to recover things. Back up and get that farm going. I don't know how much. Azure, their lineup definitely is strong, is scaling. It's all gonna go play down. It's when fights actually come together. I mean, the 3 cores in Betboom just don't provide any real fighting. Tower, here comes the Eidolons. Catapult's still alive.
Difficult for Betboom to bring a defense around this. They might have to let this go.
Still no 6 on clock.
I mean,
he's level 5 on clock.
Bringing save in. See how much they can slow down this push, Betboom.
They just want to clear these Eidolons.
Dreamcore's going to get dropped. Chalice stepping up. Back for now. Toronto Tokyo's trying to get around and get in on top of Chalice. Indeed, Chalice actually getting pulled down really low. Toronto Tokyo's in on top of him. The battery assault. They've killed the Enigma.
Nice flank from Rezo. They will be able to hold off that tower push a little bit
They're
here.
quite the defense. I mean, yeah,
good.
Both Toronto and Tokyo and, as you say, Resolution getting around to the back lines and making sure that this incredibly fun early game Enigma's not able to do anything at all there. Chalice gets caught.
That was important. I mean, holding on to this tower, saves now hit 6, so he's got the mines to be able to hold on to this tower a bit here. But sure, looks like they want to continue going for this. They really want to just claim the tower. Die in 1 or 2 more hits. They might lose FY for it.
So if they can get any kills out of this, the Avalanche holds them back. Somnus jumps in with the Waning Rift. Bit of time with the DD on GPK now comes to an end low.
It's on GPK.
He's going to try and go for him. The TP out is from GPK and there's nothing to stop it. But GPK will live, Toronto Tokyo will die. Limit the casualties, but they still lose that tower.
5 heroes move toward the mid lane.
And
Nightfall gets
Resolution,
some space, so does Rezo.
yeah, he's able to take the tier 1 bottom, get his way towards that pipe.
Decent recovery there for Betboom. They only lose the support, lose the tower, but they get a lot out of those side lanes. Their lineup is it's going to be about a lot of greed for sure. I wonder who's gonna be the first one to, I guess, take the back foot on the greed. I guess it's probably gonna have to be Rezo. Yeah, he's gonna go down the pipe route, so he's gonna try to be that little bit of 3.5 position, kind of, to make sure that the TA and the Morphin go for the super scaling. Because yeah, Nightfall has been slowed down a lot. He's bottom of the cores. That effect from top lane into this 12 minutes here. Chalice, I like it. I mean, honestly, I thought he might go down like the Aura route, but I like if he's just gonna go full out aggression too. He's got the blink queued up. Definitely situations where it could be problematic. It's like there's not a lot of cancels for this black hole, even pre-BKB.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Good job of avoiding these moves,
Yeah.
Betboom. They're not
They're recovering.
getting caught. They're getting to hit the creeps. And only 1k gold behind right now. It's not. It's not a huge amount.
Not right home about by any means. GPK soon to have his blink dagger level 12, very high level. level 12 is, I mean, some squishy heroes. Even, I mean, Tiny at this point is not as squishy, of course, but the Puck and the Pugna can just get deleted from this TA if he gets an angle. Okay, cool. I'm actually glad he went this blink too. Now they actually, you know, now it's going to be time to make space. We're going to look to get active a little bit, perhaps here with GPK and get that space for the morph. Wonder if GPK even queues up something like Shard. It's a very, very good Shard game when you're playing versus like the Puck, the Pugna, even versus that Enigma. See if GPK thinks about it.
The black hole cancel.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. Black hole cancel, life drain, catching the Puck off guard. We'll see if he wants to though. Does feel pretty good. Bottom rune.
Almost.
Making the jump forward very aggressively.
I mean, yes, super aggressive Dream Coil. GPK is able to
Too
jump out.
aggressive.
Tronotokyo is going to come in for the side with a hook shot on top of low. See Chalice stepping up. In a range to set anything up here. Tronotokyo still alive. Somnus has been able to get into the tower, but
It got Somnus.
died for that one. And Tronotokyo will finally fall to the tree.
Oh,
2 for 1.
he's getting surrounded on.
Jump forward with the waveform from Nightfall. Tianming and Loki.
Blood breaks down.
It's a black hole, but it's only onto Nightfall, and Nightfall's going to be able to live through it.
He's alive.
Now Chalice is in trouble. Resolution's on top of the Enigma. Chalice gets blown up by an adapted strike. They've got to run.
They did not have the damage.
An awkward fight, really, that Azure tried to force. Betboom, they'll come out all right from that.
Hype coming into play. Rezo, he joins the fray. Betboom taking some better engagements. A very heavy commitment forward there. I guess they thought the Tiny was closer. FY had Blink Dagger when the coil came out initially, but he was nowhere near Somnus to go for the initial jump. Over-aggressive move by Somnus. Does get a couple heroes killed here as Betboom completely have caught up.
Yeah. This pipe on Rezo, I mean, things are coming together to make sure that when Azure go for those sort of plays, it's going to be less and less likely that they actually get away with them.
Yeah, let's see if Chalice just goes straight Blink BKB. He does have it finished. They do have triple Blink Daggers now in Azure, so can continue to play aggressive, but have to be together when they make the move.
Blank.
Toss back.
It's going to be a toss-up for now, so save, he's fine.
And they might lose heroes
In
for
fact,
this.
they concern. Jump forward as well. They've got him caught in the cogs. He's caught Tianming at Tronotokyo.
They're chasing for more, maybe. Around this pipe rallied. Again, they just jumping when everybody's not really kind of there. Even though they have Blink Daggers, they're going too soon. I mean, Betboom will punish that.
He should be fine. Oh, he's going to get caught by the silence.
Trap silence.
DPK with a shard.
I'm glad he bought this. It's such a good game for it. Oh, this is going to cause some spiraling issues.
This hurts big time for Azure, right? They had a little bit of a lead, but definitely was one of those situations this game where I don't know if it was enough of a lead. They're slipping away from them now. 16 minutes. Betboom take the advantage.
I think that they're just getting caught off guard. I do not think that they thought this the TA was going to go for it. Now, GPK level 14, he's even going to steal away a stack. This shard is going to cause issues for them.
Yeah, this could get very painful very quickly for Azure, right?
They need to just be really careful of how they go for these jump plays, though. It's now 2 back-to-back situations where they're not all together and they jump and it's all just split out of unison. Betboom, they're like, okay, we're all together perfectly. You're going to go for these jump engagements without everyone at the same time. We'll be able to turn that one onto you. Eyes on these traps.
They're going to try and smoke up. They've got to try and find some sort of jump, some sort of fight in their favor, Azure. The last few have not gone their way.
They have triple blinks, so this Morphling definitely at the risk of just instantly
no
dying.
black hole, though. Still on cooldown for 50 seconds for Chalice. They
Gets a shift off.
See if they can burst through him. They can. And see if they can get out. That might be a bit of a tougher ordeal. They get the setup here onto low.
Nice catch.
But the trade's been found. They can maybe even find more. Betboom as Azure, they've got to be careful how they stick around in this situation. I mean, the self-decrepify. FY will manage to get back in and burst through save. They can retreat here as the trap slow does catch on to FY. GPK watching things from the side. Be careful how he jumps back in on this Chalice. 20 seconds until Black Hole returns.
FY wants to go for more, thinking about jumping.
Get an okay trade out of that one, Azure. They get 2 of them, and they lose the one themselves, but it is still low going down.
This time they do connect with their, all the blinks in unison. Tokyo's thinking about going back in. FY even also thinking about jumping back in.
They've got Black Hole up. If Chalice wants to drop it, doesn't want to use it for Tronotokyo. Wants to try and take him down without it, as they will. FY getting healed up by Tianming.
Okay.
He's in with a jump with the mount hit.
Miss.
Smoke's there, and he's up to the high ground. Can chase forward FY.
He's on him.
But the Avalanche, they've got the road
Combo.
back up. FY will die, but GPK is in trouble. He's gone. Keep this going here. This time round, Azure. Found the momentum in the team fight to push for more. Takedown save as well.
Good jump forward. Persistent with their blink daggers. Nightfall, he'll take the space out of it. I think they saw this Morphling also set up on bottom, but yeah, good consistent chase forwards here. And they still now they have Coil and they still have Black Hole, so they could look to still get some catches. FY gives his life, but more than worth it. Fourth, 10. 3 cores on the side of Betboom, farming very nicely, but Azure still showing that they're able to strike back here. I think the smoke got dispel. It looked like it got dispel and then it just missed, but
Yeah, it might have just been enough.
yeah, it might have just been enough, no miss.
And just an attempt with the smoke to dodge it. Oh, Ming!
They'll find a freebie.
He's going to get a nasty surprise up there on the high ground. Toronto, Tokyo, Nightfall, they say good night to him.
Dire's top tower is really taking a beat.
Clockwork, a very good answer to the Pugna. 1, 5, and 6. Tokyo having a little bit of a rough one, but getting the connections that he needs to. You have that gold lead for 3 greedy cores. I'm pretty happy. Almost a death zone now done for the TA as well, and Nightfall is recovering. Enta's done. He's got level 3 onto his attribute shift, so even if he gets caught, perhaps actually does survive this next jump.
Does feel like Azure they've got to just go again.
Yeah, I feel like they
Especially now
just
that
need
they've
to
got
keep-
their ults, that
Yeah.
they were able to get a decent hit there without no reason to hold back. They just have to strike once more before Betboom kind of get the next big items out on their course. This game is not going to get any easier for Azure.
No, they have to just keep consecutively going for the coast, because every time the pace of the game slows down too, there's the chances that Betboom can just go into a Roshan and stuff like that too. They have the Deso, they have the Orbit Destruction. They will bring down Rosh incredibly fast. This Templar Assassin, yeah, Azure might have to just continue smoking, looking for them.
Grouping up who's got the smoke at the moment. There it is.
They do, they have it on
This
Pugna.
is what they need to be doing, Azure. Look
Yeah.
for the fights.
They've got
jump.
They've got the BKB on low. Fine, the ward's already set up.
Themselves. Look at the jump on Toronto, Tokyo.
Not the ideal jump.
It's a bit of an awkward one. This gives a lot of information for Betboom. Betboom, they can decide to fight back here if they want to. Challenge to make the jump. He's going to
dodges it.
DPK's already out. Black hole put to waste. Dream Core's on the 3 of them because they've got nothing to follow it up here. As ults are coming out from Azure, but they're not doing a whole lot.
Oh, and this one connects.
The blast up there onto low. He'll get the BKB off in time, but Azure, they're having a run now.
He's dead.
And they might even get more. Nightfall turns into the Tiny, uses the Avalanche against FY. They'll get the 2 of them.
I mean, GPK.
He was quick with a blink there. They felt that they had him with the catch, but I think what Refraction was out. He's able to blink. No damage was done. They couldn't catch him in the black hole.
I mean, look at it. He's just waiting. It's instant. It's absolutely instant from him. And then it's just awkward, right? They pop the Rupture on Rezo.
Coil's there as well.
Yep.
They just can't get in on this fight anymore. Somnus is up on the cliff trying to give them information, get them vision, but the big ults are expended.
Oh,
There's no
boy.
more fight to be had. And now Betboom, as expected, they take a team fight there into the pit. Nothing to be done about this one. They're building the lead. Another fight like that for Azure, and it could almost be the beginning of the end for them.
Absolutely.
They cannot afford for things to go that badly anymore.
No, they cannot just rely on Chalice landing these black holes. He went for Lens now. He's going to go back for the BKB, but
Alright.
a big window that Betboom's found. And what's always a great answer for an Enigma black hole is if you're able to continuously select these Roshans, get this Aegis onto your cores. Now, that was huge momentum Swift. GPK, I mean, so quick on the fingers.
Just and close to having the BKB on top of it as well.
I mean, really come clutch. Purchases that he went for, right? I'd like that he went for, it's kind of standardized, but the order that he did buy them, right? The blink into the shard, he knew that he was going to be the one to make that space to get Nightfall catching up, and it's absolutely worked. He's caught Somnus off guard multiple times now.
Yeah, I mean, doing his job right. I mean,
Yeah.
the side lanes were going to be difficult for his team, or had the potential to be difficult. He was put in the mid in this matchup where he's against a puck. It was his time to shine, and yeah, he's absolutely living up to it here.
Yeah.
Top net worth by yeah, quite a lot of gold.
Top experience, right? Yeah, level 16 as well. Jure completely shaken up now after that. They're probably feeling, okay, I guess we have to wait for a next timing. Just feels like that's going to give Betboom more and more time to be able to get their actual better itemization. The Aghanim's soon to be done on the Morphling. Very nice fight. Now pretty much done for resolution as well. This is problematic for Somnus. He bought a Ghost Scepter to try to protect himself, at least versus the physical damage, versus like the traps and stuff like that. If he gets caught in a Hex, he might just die. Very early for Rezo. Like his itemization also. Yeah, it looks like the call probably for Azure might just be them just saying, all right, maybe we just have to wait for Chalice's BKB, wait out that Aegis, and then look for a fight. But it's so much space given to these 3 greedy cores of Betboom. Farming the map.
Betboom, they're ready to hit them with the smoke.
Get
Axe
this
done
done.
on Nightfall.
Big. Ag's on Nightfall, Hex on Rezo. Easy ways to get kills on almost anyone. They have so much damage on their draft too. At this point when they've been able to get these items on these cores. Low. He shows himself, might just get set up on. Pugna behind him, but they have answers for it.
They can kill both of these very
Yeah.
easily if Azure don't have the awareness to back away. It looks like Low might get the chance, and
They've got a hook shot.
for the hook shot, and they do. Toronto Tokyo's in, gets the catch, follow-up Hex from Resolution. They'll kill off the Bloodseeker.
Game is crumbling for Azure. Toronto Tokyo deserves that tip. Great hook shot. Its game started a little slow for the first 10 minutes, but ever since then, feels like he's landed all of them. Him and Save getting every single connection. Bottom. Okay, trying to hunt for Somnus, but Somnus, yeah. Ghost Scepter. Actually built full E-Blade. E-Blade always going to be valuable versus... Definitely difficult for Somnus to play. Difficult for him to reuse that aggressively.
Rezo's coming across with that Hex at the ready.
Somnus.
Chalice is going to be in with the jump, but he holds back on the black hole. Now he'll drop it. He's
Okay.
got the 2 of them.
Do they have damage
Follow-up
for them?
Avalanche. They've got enough to take GPK down once, but not to do it the second time. As Chalice will die for that. A black hole for an Aegis, that's all.
Well worth it. I mean, what, down to, I think it was down to like 1.5 minutes or so, something like that. Maybe 2 minutes. Good usage there for GPK. Level 18 now on this TA. The rock for his team. Fencing. Alright, they can't go here. FY, I mean, I think he has to be careful of showing
They
here.
just get in. Get in with the Hex. I mean, Decrepify is going to be offered up. And now that they're turning their attention over towards jamming instead. No way to protect himself as they're able to bail FY out of there. But Tianming falls, another kill for Betboom.
I'm surprised that Azure is actually even showing around that tier 2 bottom. It's like they were considering a tossback play, but setting themselves up for suicide. Nightfall. Nearly, I believe, I think he has his BKB done now almost on this Morphling too, so he's going to have the protection versus this Puck versus these silences as well too. He's only died twice this game.
Yeah, they're building quite the lead now. 8k gold. It's looking more worrying here for Azure.
Their team fight lineup just consecutively has lost team fights.
All 3 cores of Betboom paying off. Exactly in the spot they would hope to be the top 3 net worth right now.
The greed is definitely paying off. Not the Midas greed this time, but the core greed. Rezo looks like he might give up his life.
Look at the toss back. I mean, pretty tanky with the pipe. He lit up a bit. He's gonna walk away.
Oh my god, no
The 4
way.
heroes could not bring down the spider.
They do not have the damage without Bloodseeker.
I mean, Toronto Tokyo on the other hand, at least will he go down? He's getting pretty low with a blast. They do get him.
Okay. They get the gem.
So Betboom can get back in on this one. Nightfall
Hex.
has been ruptured. So in with the Hex, they get the jump ball with the blast off, with phase shifts there in time. Somnus will protect himself. Lowtrot's come in with the BKB. They'll get the supports. Can they get the cores?
Buyback from FY.
Low's trying to chase. Rezo, he's falling low as Low will get him.
Low's chasing.
See if they can get GPK at Nightfall. GPK is hiding. He's able to blink away.
Right. Y's looking for more.
He's in with the Avalanche. Get the toss back. GPK, he goes down also.
And Somnus lives 100 HP. Somnus even claiming the gem in the midst of it there. They swing things back around.
They do a good buyback there from FY.
Looked awkward at the start with the black hole, no real damage. They take out the A just the once, but then persistent chase forwards. Low, how much, I mean, what was his movement speed for a second? I felt like
He
it was
was zooming.
800 move speed, sticking on the target, and he got the rupture on top of the Morphling.
We'll see it again here. So the beginning of the turnaround, they try and focus. Somnus getting him the blast off, but he lives, able to phase shift. And at this point, the fight gets awkwardly split up for Betboom. Low, surviving, and he's strong. Beyond and them falling as low as they were, they had to run Betboom. GPK tries his best with the jump out. We saw gets caught by the chase of FY, coming in hot with the buyback.
I mean, beautiful buyback and just beautiful little defensive plays, decreps and whatnot to be able to save Somnus so he can keep jumping in and out of the fights. Massive turnaround. Bloodseeker. Out Mjolnir, halfway to Aghanims. He has caught up to that Morphling. One quick sequence to Array. Have Black Hole back up to with the BKB. It actually was. I thought Nightfall actually did have full BKB. I was totally he actually just had the Mithril Hammer coming out during that fight. I don't know why I thought he was so farmed. I saw him just buying Mithril Hammer, so I was like, oh. An FY buyback was so worth it. Now, a full tier 2. Getting the gem too is pretty big versus this Templar Assassin. Somnus now can play a little bit more aggressively if he's able to see these TA traps on the floor. I'm gonna go for the aggressive coil.
So they get the jump onto Toronto Tokyo.
Another one.
And they'll get the toss back, he's out.
Alrighty.
Trying to pick apart Betboom.
Showing that they're not out of it just yet. So have kind of totally caught back up to the middle here. And now BK Blade Black Hole, it's a threat if the clockwork's not up in particular. In all these situations, if he's able to get the angle on Chalice.
Boosted farm that Lowe's received in those last few outcomes of team fights. He will clean up the stretched out fights if they don't deal with this Bloodseeker at the start.
Could this be another situation where Save might have to queue up a Basher on something like a Techies in order to stop a BKB Black Hole? I mean, they have the hook shot, of course, but it's just
the
that.
hook shot.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it could get to some weird territories now that swing around has happened from Azure down bottom. Things kind of back to that complete even point. That'd be pretty. Imagine.
I mean, there's no way. I mean, it happened before. It's happened before. So who knows?
Pottle's a different monster because you build the Abyssal with your ult,
sure,
right? So if they're building Basher on Techies, that's pretty reckless.
Yeah, probably not gonna happen.
I guess they can go for the meld hit bash at 25 on. Yeah. Grass minutes strong. Betboom looking to maybe make a move here. Level 18 on Nightfall. BKB's done. GPK also now has a Nullifier. That can be a really good answer. We saw that last team fight. Somnus would have definitely gone down if he had that. Now they will have that Dispel versus Decrep and versus Eatblade. Team smoked up. It's the better angle. Is Chalice gonna get that big black hole? Osh has spawned. Perhaps considering if they want to just go for it there, because that can always be, a little bit of an answer for black hole. Forward here for maybe a kill first. Starting to ping the rush. I think Toronto Tokyo's maybe telling his team to start setting up for it.
I don't know if they can they just start hitting Roche? Seems pretty risky.
It does seem risky.
When Azure is as close as they are.
Something they kind of, they probably just want to though, because you're playing into this black hole and stuff like that. They're now pretty much even net worth actually as the TA as well too.
They're setting up the area nicely with traps and mines, so that's starting to build up. Maybe they do feel that they can start looking for it.
There's ways to clear though. They do at least have Eidolons on Chalice, so he can send those out to clear these mines.
Thinking of starting it.
They're thinking about it. It's dangerous call.
As Azure do start to approach.
Playing all the way on the bottom side. Somnus seems like he almost knows for a second here. The gem spots him out.
They get the jump in. Safe. And he's gonna get caught by the silence. Still alive for now.
Okay, whoop, that was weird. Forced after. Canceled his blast off. Let's scout the Roche.
What the heck? That's onto low. Low. Just distance save. Gonna tick down super low here. He's still alive.
He's under thirst vision though. This is making the Bloodseeker 430 movement speed.
Yeah, low strength's increasing.
He's always just keeping tabs of where the techies is too. Is there a healing Lotus or something to pass off to this man? There isn't. He's gonna just stay low.
Now, Azure have this high ground.
Claimed it.
White. Ready for the jump in. He tries trip, but he gets caught immediately by the Hex from Resolution.
Alone too.
Crepify's there to protect FY for now. Low, he's just going to go straight round towards Rezo. Pots the BKB, gets him, takes down the Spider.
Cole.
Yeah, more. It just gets stopped completely. Chalice with the remainder of this BKB.
Low.
Understand his ground, but Low's gone.
Roast bashed him!
Oh my goodness, he has the buyback. He's going to use it here to try and help turn the fight around. Buybacks to come out as well from Betboom, as both Rezo and Save buy back for this.
I mean, this fight is everything. There's no black hole in Azure, right? They're chasing.
He can get Toronto Tokyo. He's caught in his own cogs. Low steps in. They'll get the clock.
Chalice.
They've got the Hex onto Chalice. He's going to get forced back to safety, though. They keep Chalice alive for now. Somnus jumps in with us on a Nightfall, but he's able to put the man to Nightfall, glimmered up.
I mean, what an E-blade there from Somnus. He completely saves Chalice's life. Chalice now is actually bugged out. Look at him. He's the gliding Enigma after
Oh my
that.
goodness, yeah, he is dancing around. Well, not dancing around yet.
No, that's
completely idle.
That's the Bernie, right? It's when you're like, you're dead. Dead. It's what, Dead Yang, I believe it was, from one of the TIs.
What a buybacks for that one. Triple buyback coming out from Betboom. Double buyback coming out
There's
from
no black
Azure.
hole. They're flanking.
They're trying to get in again. So with the Hex, caught by the silence, holds back. FY's holding the high ground, looking for toss opportunities.
Hence moments. Coil, it's back up. BKB on Bloodseeker, 15 seconds. Morph, low HP. Nightfall has to back away. Hence moments.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a
Jure, not really a draft that wants to start hitting the Roche themselves compared to Betboom.
Want to get back in Betboom, but as you say, Nightfall not in the best of shape.
No, they don't have
low on mana.
they don't have great ways to kind of like heal each other up too. Gonna go for the smoke. He's healed a little bit here.
Dreamcore's back up, but no black hole for a minute. Don't worry about.
Tense moments.
I know they're up there.
Goodness, this is so
It's out.
tense.
FY in. He's gonna get caught straight over the Hex. They turn the upon him with the nullifier. FY trying to run with the nullifier, keeping him held in position.
Low in trouble.
No, he's gone. He'll get the BKB off in time. Low, but the last hit coming through from the TA takes him out. Low falls. As they get the 2 kills, Chalice, he'll jump back in to help bring down Stave.
There's no Bloodseeker for 100 seconds. All 3 cores up for Betboom.
It's a 3 versus 3 now. Both teams, they're going to want to keep this going and staying around this area of the map.
The damage at the moment for Azure, it's very lackluster without the Bloodseeker. These 3 heroes.
I mean, Chalice will have Black Hole back up in 10 seconds, though.
Okay. Find an angle to get the 3 of them.
And GPK is going to head up to the top lane. He's going to get away from this area. So it looks like they'll back off.
They don't have to play around bottom. We've been down there for, what, 4 minutes? Roche, he's out. Roche has already left. He's to top, so now we're going to have to switch around of where everybody's going to set up. They're actually making the move quick to top to set up, perhaps onto the TA.
And Betboom can be relatively relaxed whilst those 2 heroes are dead on Azure, because they know with the 3 that are alive,
Yeah.
there's no chance that these 3 are going to take Roche.
No. They can perhaps get some kills if they isolate someone with
Yeah, they can fight, but
completely,
they're not going to be able to force Roche.
not a Roche. I think their lineup overall, it's pretty bad at taking the Roche. in
That's true,
comparison.
yeah, even if they do have the full 5.
Yeah, it's not the greatest by any means.
They just want to fight.
Somnus swings up with that. I mean, this gem that he took is actually doing so much work. He's been able to clear so many of these traps. Okay, they want Somnus.
Rezo can get the Hex.
First,
Get the vision with the trap.
they have the bird.
In, but Chalice, but jump forward. BKB in the black hole, straight away onto GPK. GPK getting controlled. Maleficent as well. GPK is still alive. Is able to put the BKB. They turn. They take out Chalice.
He's alive.
Chalice. The buyback.
That's the black hole used. 15 seconds on the Bloodseeker.
Somnus hiding in the trees for now.
Low, Coil not up
Rezo
either.
might find him. Back in the tree line.
And Chalice has to do that to save Somnus, right? But it doesn't feel great because now black hole on cooldown around this next Roche potential fight.
They didn't nearly have enough damage
No.
between them to punish GPK during the black hole. He's getting South sent out to him so he can stay efficient, stay on the map.
Topped off level 23 on this TA. Honestly, GPK, he's doing heavy lifting this game.
Continue to focus around the Roshan. Teams playing right beside one another.
37 minutes have hit. New neutral items coming out.
Lowe's going to be able to get the pickup for himself. Tier 4, we'll see what he grabs. It's a trickster cloak.
Okay,
Very,
that's
very
good.
nice.
That could have saved him last fight
I think
when he was
would've-
kind of sliding away if he just goes invis
gonna
or
be
if he dodges a hit or two.
That much harder to kill,
Yep.
that much harder to focus for sort of the physical output of GPK. I mean, Roche, they're going to look towards it now, look.
Hey, both teams are scouting it out. Poke it. Not the easiest thing to force though versus spiders and rockets. KB 10
Almost
seconds.
impossible. They have to take a fight before they can think about Roche Azure.
So hard without Black Hole though. These spiders, these just keep scouting everything. Both Satanic now on Nightfall as well too. He is starting to become scarier and scarier.
These 3 cores are definitely a threat.
The angle, they're getting the wraparound.
Don't know if they'll expect this Azure.
It's the ward down.
Yeah, the opening is in with a hook shot. Gets over to the backlines. As Toronto Tokyo's closed in onto Tianming.
Both 4 positions.
Taken FY out.
Kinda.
Toronto Tokyo dies in return. FY has buyback. Toronto
Okay.
Tokyo does not.
Both jump at the same time. Coil on 2.
Somnus is going to come in on this, but he gets caught by the nullifier. No
Trouble.
Wings in, he's able to take out Chalice and able to take out also Somnus. It's a triple kill for Nightfall. Somnus will buy back. But the
Chalice
Wolf
is gone.
just turns up, cleans him up, and now Betboom may be able to just look towards Roshan. There's no Chalice for 70 seconds.
Oh, they absolutely can go in. If they kill it super fast. Somnus, this time, I mean, it's difficult. I cannot believe that he's survived all these last fights, but he just gets nullified and full focused.
Yep, tries to make the jump in, caught by the silence nullifier, and then Nightfall appears with the BKB. Chalice BKB comes out, but it's too late.
I think he
As
got...
Nightfall cleans up.
He was, he still had the Bloodseeker stats, and I think he blood raids himself and turned into morphing form. You see that
It's a
attack
lot of
speed?
damage.
He ripped
A lot
them
of
to
attack
shreds.
speed, yeah.
12k lead now.
And he's going to build into that right click as well, getting the crit and looking to build up the Daedalus Knight.
Sure.
Just punch through these heroes. That's one way to deal with the BKB Enigma. Just
Kill him.
Just hit him.
Yeah, I mean, if you just wave forward through him, you get a crit, you could potentially just kill him during it.
Yeah, we saw how quickly Chalice went down there already.
They're gonna get this Roche.
And they're grouping up again Azure, but without Chalice, and just as the 4 of them, that they're not even going to try and take the chance pushing the fight anymore around with the Roshan. Is a long, hard-fought fight to get this Roshan, one that Betboom will succeed in. They get the Aegis on Nightfall, cheese on Resolution.
Azure did make magic happen about, what, 15 minutes ago against that first Aegis. Let's see if they can do it again. This one feels quite a bit harder to do so now that they've got this much gold. DD on the TA, almost 25, so they're gonna have to break through those 13 different refraction charges when he's got it finished up too. And Nightfall now, he's actually kind of scarier, it almost feels. GPK's done his job until this point. Now this Morphling is gonna just rip everyone apart. Oh, I feel like most of this game, it's gonna come down to Chalice if he's able to find that big black hole or not.
Yeah, they're just getting a few too many answers to it though. If his positioning isn't perfect, he will die.
See, the TA actually takes BKB black hole then. Takes refraction for Norm. Soon Swift Blink also on GPK. Rezo actually takes the Timeless Relic. Just for his Hex, it feels like. That duration that it can last a little longer could be everything. You see, yes, Omnis. I feel like, yeah, he needs Lincolns. I was about to say it. He is queuing it up. Needs a form to protect himself, but there is a lot of ways to break it. Seeing.
Chalice. Get himself the ninja gear, so
Okay, that's pretty nice.
good setup. Send by surprise with the blink black holes, but he's going to have to catch a lot of heroes in him.
He's gonna have to catch the Morph, the TA, and the Clockwork at the least. Kind of needs to get all 3.
And if he does, this Aegis and cheese, it's there for the push from Betboom. Supports are heading back to maybe try and catch Tianming. Toronto Tokyo is able to get in on him. Blinks in with the battery assault, closes the gap once more with the hook shot. Tianming,
cool build.
he's gone.
I like that. I actually love that he goes for Blink too. This is really cool. Then you always can get the angle to stop Black Hole. Something that we haven't seen for a long time. Some of the old school players used to do actually to deal with this. Approach. Mid.
They get the jump on low.
Should be okay.
The toss back here, FY. Keeping them fine. I mean, we'll scare them into the buyback of Tianming.
Big. Rezo even buying now a lens. So, playing literally around Hex completely. All about getting that long range catch. We're now trapped in the base versus this Aegis cheese.
Betboom, very much ready to go for more down bottom.
Be able to poke and prod, just have to watch out for the toss back plays. It's like, who wants to hit? GPK, you hit. Oh, Nightfall, you hit.
Full Daedalus on Nightfall.
So wait till the Midnight Pull starts to finish out before they go actually hit these towers. Aggressively jumps in.
Ooh.
Survivable though. They throw the taser on him just in case. Already gone into that Bloodseeker form, so low stats are stolen. This Bloodseeker hits for 120 damage right now.
Tier 3's gone low, he's gonna get put with a Hex. They'll force him back.
Should be.
That's the lift gone here for Azure A. So Betboom, they'll push on forward. Azure Glyph back up. A second round of Glyph here, buying them some time here with the barracks, but it'll soon come to an end, and indeed the melee racks cannot be saved.
They just whittle it down.
White
Gonna try.
get the Dream Core tossback combo onto GPK. See if they can burst through him. They can.
Nice connection.
Great catch here from the Tiny.
You get more. Blink up in 4. Nightfall, no funny business. Just BKB TPs. Chalice not in range. Getting the other one. Rezo's also just gonna BKB and get out.
Something there off the back of the catch from F. White.
Finds the one without the Aegis. 50 seconds now. Well, Aegis does get recaptured in 70 seconds. See if Azure can catch something here.
Can run it down mid and maybe catch someone off guard around a tier 2 defense. If Betboom try and come out for this, they might get something more, but Betboom likely to just leave this tier 2 tower to go.
Yeah. You get some tower damage though. Drop. Don't know if they can go to the high ground, but perhaps can get some control of the map here a little bit. Let me see. Do they have any? They do have a gem on the Pugna. I actually kind of want him to. Somnus not have space for it. He doesn't. Because it's very difficult for Somnus to play versus these traps. It still is a very annoying thing, even though he has some type of answers, of course, not with Blade and Lincoln's versus some of the disables. But nice if they're grouped up. He has that vision. Good to get a tier 2 top also. Betboom just being patient till that TA does respawn.
GPK's back up. Sure, we'll see Betboom just go straight back out into the map with a smoke.
Straight. Right.
Azure do have the ultimates, but if they get caught as well outside of their base, it might be hard for everything to fall into place as perfectly as it needs to be able to take a fight against Betboom right now.
I'm wondering if Chalice just goes for the big play. He's had Kex queued up for a long time, but he's getting close to the realms of that refresher.
I think you prefer the refresher.
I think you probably can go for the... Maybe he feels like the Morphling, they can actually get like an instant catch or something like that with that Hex, but...
They've got eyes on low.
Oh,
they're gonna spot him out here.
Oh, Trickster cloaked, but they see him.
He's into the trees again, jump forward, he'll put the BKB, go for the TP out, and he's away.
Who blocked the hook shot?
I think Save did.
Who's in the way?
Get it up on the
Whose fault is that?
On the replay.
Toronto took it.
I think maybe there was a few of them kind of blocked.
Everybody blocked.
They were sort of fully surrounding him. Doesn't mean low. So able to get out safely.
Because I was clicking around, I'm like, oh, he's definitely here.
Here we go, we got the replay.
Whose fault?
Time to name and shame.
It was Rezo!
Oh no, Rezo! Oh no.
It
was Rezo.
That makes it good. Stupid crap.
We'll be sure to add him in the talent WhatsApp. That one.
I mean, that would have been a massive kill.
They would have got.
That was the BKB Bloodseeker. They could have probably got quite a bit out of it there, but erase it from your mind, Rezo. Didn't happen.
Still with the lead here. 13k advantage for Betboom.
Yeah, of course it was. Oh, I love it. Not worth trickling a little bit. Sure, getting a bit of space out of this if they got that catch. course, getting reclaimed. Betboom. I mean, maybe just play it very, very patient. Stick together. Don't let yourselves get picked up. Wait for that rush. But said it's buying time for Chalice. He has, though, committed for that Hex. So maybe just feeling like the Hex versus the Morph.
What's the quick instant cap?
Yeah, I mean, instant disable versus Morphling. You could just burst him, so.
And allows him to have impact around the black hole cooldown.
Yeah.
I told you they weren't a coward.
He gets refresh would have
Sure.
well, but
Yeah.
this is going to be a bit easier to get just that point target locked down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a choice he has to make between the two, so. Low now also does have Lincoln Sphere. I believe finished up after that last situation there, so has at least a way to block this pesky Morph that I've seen just, yeah. He's been doing, he actually has like 120 base damage. His base damage is quite low anyway, as Bloodseeker. Completely disintegrated from that Morph, of course. Together, waiting for a catch. Roche. Bit of a longer spawn, minute 45 seconds. Some time for Azure to get more and more items. Somnus, he's finished up a full Octarine to have an overwhelming blink, so he is still continuing to scale on this puck. FY also has his own Lincolns. Could look for that protection onto his Somnus or onto the Bloodseeker protection in particular. When the hell did FY get to? Now, he's gotten some really good tossbacks, but I did not notice that he had 200 last on his. I guess a lot of price was spider.
We can chill out for the next Roche here.
Yep.
Boom, it's coming up
waiting.
pretty soon.
Again, I said, their bottom tower.
That forces the pressure onto Azure, right, to make the move out there and fight around Roshan.
And Azure is going to turn up and looks to take a fight here by the look of it.
See what they can get. Chalice commits the gold. No buyback for him.
Wi-Fi gets the jump.
Toss back.
Never find GPK. They've got the Dream Core, they've got the toss back. GPK's going to get surrounded. We get the BKB.
He's alive?
You know, he's trying to stand his ground, but he's gone. As FY again sets up for the GPK kill.
Boom. Shaken up. They've got buyback on the TA, but they don't want to have to use it. 2 rupture charges now on Bloodseeker after this kill. 25. FY. These tossbacks.
He's doing
My
it,
goodness.
really is FY. He's finding the openings to these moves every single time. There's going to be a bit of a window now. 20 seconds until Roche is up. 80 seconds until GPK is back.
Could have a window. Could be a potential play that they can go for some type of smoke and catch you while this TA is down. The mines are set up, so be careful. Don't have a... I mean, they can't do that. They're the ones who got Jackie with that one. They won't fall for this. Or it's being set up. Roche, it spawned. Both teams aware.
50 seconds, no GPK.
Scouts with the rockets. They're just throwing these Lincolns onto him. FY's Lincolns onto him.
Dream comes back
Bloodseekers
up.
as well.
Got Black Hole, of course, still ready to go for Chalice. There's a hard fight to enter into here if you're Betboom.
They're trying to poke and break some of these Lincolns, but yeah, just 3 Lincolns onto one target. Difficulty is going for the catch. 25 is on the puck now too, so that coil pierces debuff immunity if they can get those tossback plays. Over and over again.
They get the catch on to save, he's gone.
He'll probably have to buy back. That is another gem though that hits the deck. Roche, he's gonna switch positions. Betboom, they're gonna have to swap all the way down to bottom. Azure set up already down here. Mid has a pretty decent push, but doesnk matter. There's no catapult.
I mean,
there.
there's the buyback from save.
Okay.
GPK is going to be back up in a few seconds. They're going to try and run straight down towards the Roche.
Toki's gonna start sending these rockets. Azure does not kill it at the fastest by any means here. Buyback status looking. Well, none on Chalice, of course.
Here comes the smoke from Betboom. They're closing in. Azure, they're preparing for this.
Tense moments.
Going to go first. I mean, it feels like for Betboom, they want to sort of have Toronto Tokyo just throw himself in, get some info.
See the Pugna. Gonna jump. It's awkward. GPK. 3-man coil.
He's able to get the 3-man. F-Fight is going to get in with the Avalanche challenge. He drops the Black Coil to be able to catch Nightfall and
Hook shot.
Nightfall getting low, but he's able to put the BKB in the waveform. Turn straight in over towards Chalice. They bring Chalice down. Save will fall. The Nightfall and GPK still standing strong. Solus jumps back in with the burst. Nightfall caught by the silence. He's trying to stand his ground. Waveform's off to the side.
trouble.
And flies in with the toss. They're taking him out. Buyback comes out immediately from Nightfall.
The fight. GPK's in trouble.
The disarmed. He needs help, and he needs it now. F-Fight jumps in. Few slaps with the tree, and he's out. GPK's gone. Does have the availability of buyback if he wants to commit with it himself. Rezo's gone, though.
They cancel the black hole, but they get the stick on Nightfall after. They're going to have to use multiple
They're fighting
buybacks.
back. They don't want to let this Roshan go the way.
They have to TP toward top. They're going to have to try to use that gate. Nightfall, that damage on Nightfall, he was coming from like everybody, the Bloodseeker and the Puck in particular.
I mean, it's scary to go through this game. I mean, they're setting up for them.
I mean, Lou still has buyback.
If you're in the vicinity of
They have to use so much on Betboom here. There's no black hole. There's no chalice for 20.
They're gonna go through. They're gonna go through now.
Okay, scout out. They see FY.
They get a hook shot. Quick shot. They focus down F-Fight quickly with a nullifier. F-Fight. It's gonna be able to turn the stand. It's
Nightfall.
fine. Nightfall's caught in the combo at the front of it all. Nightfall trying to heal up, but he's gone.
He's dead. 120.
Out for 2 minutes. Jump forward over towards GPK as well.
Oh my God.
Right, GPK's gone. They're both gone for
They've
2.
done it.
GG is called. Azure Ray will take this series.
Holy crap. I mean, consecutive team fights. Wow. I mean, FY God. Definitely have to give him the credit.
Yeah.
These tossback plays.
He really did it. He opened up the game back in favor of Azure. It was looking like Betboom with the lead that they had. We're going to be able to be at a point where the team fights would have been